Hey guys, welcome back to another video, NBA video for Ludy Bros Entertainment. It's your boys, Ludy Bros here, and we're going to go over the second night of the NBA restart here. Got a lot of good, interesting matchups here. If you guys haven't seen, we also did a video on the opening nights, which once you guys go and check that out. So let's go ahead and get into some of these matchups here.
Okay, sounds good to me.
Yep. So first matchup that's going to be airing on live TV, we got Memphis Grizzlies against Portland Trailblazers. Now, these are two teams that are going to be fighting to get into that last playoff spot to make it. And the Memphis Grizzlies are holding the 8th spot right now. So they're going to be fighting really hard to keep that spot. And what you looking forward to for this matchup?
Well, I'm looking forward with Portland. Damian Lillard was making a lot of comments during this time that the NBA was on hiatus. So I'm wondering how Portland is going to handle things more so than Memphis. I think Memphis is going to come in. I think they're going to play their style of basketball. John Morant is exciting. Between these two teams, I would rather see Memphis get in. I don't know if this is turning of the guard for me, but I would rather see these younger teams get in as opposed to Portland, who, you know, in a way, I feel Portland's kind of had their chance. The Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum experiment. I don't know if that's going to work out for you trying to win around those two guys. I think Damian Lillard's a great player, but I mean, I don't know if he's going to be able to get the job done, you know, up there in Portland. So I'm excited to see Memphis come in, and I would like to see John Morant show out and come in ready to go, hungry. He's a very hungry little rookie. I would like to see him make it into the playoffs after this, 8-game play-in.
Yeah, I'm also looking forward to see John Morant, ball out. And that other second year, I think his name is Josh Jackson Jr., I believe. He's power forward for them. He's actually been developing rather well during this season. And I agree with you with the whole Damian Lillard, CJ McCollum thing. They've had some good seasons together, but I just don't think just the way that team's been. They're never going to get to the, they got to the Western Conference Finals last year, and I know it was big props for them. I thought they were going to have a chance to, possibly defeat Golden State, but in the end, I believe they got swept, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. They're just not just the way and they've been trying to get people over there, but no one wants to go play over in Portland. They got Carmelo Anthony over there, which I was glad because he can still hoop. And they're just not a team that's gonna, make that all but so much noise. Yeah,
then the waves, they'll just make some small waves. Now there was another game before the Memphis Portland game. It's Orlando and Brooklyn are going to be tipping off.
Yeah.
A little bit before that. This matchup to me is one I could take it or leave it. Honestly, being honest here, no KD, no Kyrie, Orlando. We've kind of talked about them before on this channel. I can kind of take it or leave it. I think Orlando's probably gonna get the win here, and then start moving forward. Trying to get their legs ready for the playoffs. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm not going to be paying too much attention to that game. I mean, I know, well, actually, you know what? What's his name? Jamal Crawford got on the Nets. So maybe that could be interesting to see. But I mean, I've never really watched too many of their games to begin with. I mean, I'll probably
Jamal Crawford, I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you reminded me of that because Jamal Crawford should have been on an NBA team.
Yeah.
He should have been on an NBA team. So there's a lot of guys, there's a lot of teams that could have used someone of his caliber coming off the bench to fill up some buckets and to create and to play make. So I'm shocked that, that it took this long for him to get picked up. He should have been on a team. But Jamal Crawford, even as smooth as he is, he's not enough for me to get too excited over that matchup between Orlando and Brooklyn.
Yeah, the next one, Phoenix Suns, Washington Wizards. I mean, that's probably another one I'll skip over.
Right.
Washington Wizards I don't know why they well, I guess they were probably one of those few teams that made it in. But they're not probably going to miss the playoffs. I mean, all they have is Bradley Beal, and that's all going to do all but so much. Phoenix Suns as well. I mean, they're just not a team I'm going to be looking at going forward.
Yeah, and that's
But
okay. I mean, we knew this going into the coming in from off of the when they made this schedule. Not every team is making it in, folks. Not every team's making it in, and there are some nights where it's a tune-up match for one team, and it's just trying to figure some things out for another. And I feel like these games were kind of like that. Yeah, but I know you're getting ready to bring up this next matchup.
Well, this next matchup is good for you personally because we got Boston Celtics against Milwaukee Bucks. So these are the top tier teams of the Eastern Conference going at it. This is a game I'm going to be looking forward to watching, all the way through because we got, the team with the best record in the league going up against the Celtics who were blossoming with that Kemba Walker injury. And so I know you want to get in on this, so let's see what you are looking forward to in this.
Well, okay, I'm looking forward to a lot. Okay, folks, don't get me wrong. Giannis is a freaking monster. He is a monster and a half. He's a not unstoppable, but near unstoppable force in the NBA. Just about as much as you can claim to be one, right now. Outside of Giannis, I mean, I heard some things that Chris Middleton hadn't even touched a basketball the whole time while this pandemic was going on. Now, I don't know how true that is, but that's something that I had heard through my little sources was that he hadn't even touched a basketball. The point of that is, outside of Giannis, what do you have? Now, we saw last year what happened when the Bucks ran into the Raptors. They focused it on Giannis, they funneled him into some defenders, and nobody else was able to step up. Next thing you know, the Bucks are on their way out. Boston has the ability to match up with them on the wing. Now, Tice on the inside is small. It's well documented that the Celtics play small ball, but they're very successful with that small ball lineup. So with that small ball lineup, being so good, what do you think? I'll turn it over to you, and then I want the last word on this matchup. I'll turn it over to you though, so I don't hog up all the time with the Boston and Bucks matchup.
Well, like you said, the Celtics can match up on the wing. Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, they're going to be there up against Giannis and Chris Middleton. But with that being said, I'm not sure that Tice is going to be able to hold it down for you. You might have to play some sort of zone where you could keep him out of the paint. Because they got Robin Lopez, they have the Lopez brothers. Giannis is just going to be able to take it down on Tice, in my opinion. I don't know. I mean, we'll just have to wait and see. Tice, I like Tice. I've told you Tice can play. I've liked a bunch of stuff that he's done. I'm just surprised that to have someone like Taco Fall on your team and not play him that often. Yeah, I'm surprised they never integrated him, for those type of situations. But it's going to be I think it's going to either come down to whether the Celtics can hold down the paint, and if I'm sure he'll do this if Kemba Walker can explode like he has done in various points of the season, because I've always Eric Bledsoe has found a way to let his team down in certain situations when they needed him to. And I'll just leave it at that. But I'll let you get in this final word. But that's what I think.
Okay. Well, you bring up some points that are super valid. The thing is, though, is that Giannis is finishing over everybody. It doesn't, and you know what? It doesn't even matter if you're if Dikembe Mutombo reincarnated and got young again and was in there. Giannis will finish over him too. I do know that you need the bodies. I know, and that's the difference. Between teams like the Raptors from last year, they were able to have the perimeter pressure as well as the big bodies on the inside. I do agree with you. I think Taco Fall should have gotten some run. He needed to get some run for this situation. When you look at the Eastern Conference, when you're looking at teams 1 through 4, Giannis is the big piece that kind of sticks out, aside from maybe Joel Embiid, as guys who can really put a lot of pressure on you just based off their physical gifts and athleticism. They kind of stand out. Now, on my side of the coin, though, I got a card named Jason Tatum. Now, Jason Tatum, he was lighting up. I was watching his games leading into the hiatus. It didn't matter the defensive scheme that he was seeing. It didn't matter who the defender was. If he comes out with that ability and that confidence, and then you add Kemba back to this, it's not the same thing as adding a Kyrie Irving back to this. You're adding a guy who's a team player. Kemba Walker is a team player, and he's an all-star caliber player. He's a guy who could come in and hit big shots, but he's not going to be snatching the ball away from Jason Tatum, wanting to prove that this is my team, the way Kyrie Irving was. That's what Kyrie Irving was doing, and that's why we saw the regression in Jason Tatum. No, it's not going to be like that. So we have Kemba Walker getting 20. We got Jason Tatum getting 20. We got Jaylen Brown getting 20. Marcus Smart played very well while Kemba was out. And I think that from top to bottom, okay, Giannis is in a league of his own. That's fine. Him and LeBron are in a league of their own with how much a single man can impact the game. Those two guys impact the game more than Kawhi Leonard, in my opinion.
I agree.
But that being said, if I look at the rosters from top to bottom, I feel Boston has a more complete roster. The Lopez brothers, okay, yeah, they're two big bodies, but you know what? When's the last time they banged? I see them shooting threes more than doing anything from the inside.
Brooke Lopez does. I know Robin's more of a defensive player, but yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that I'm going to – look, they were the number one team in the East coming into this thing. I'm not a fool. It has nothing to do with it. What I'm saying is that in a 7-game series, a lot of stuff is going to go out of the window, and you need guys that are going to be able to step up because the big dogs are going to get what they need. Giannis is going to get his. I'm not saying that we're going to stop him. But Jason Tatum, I'm expecting him to get his too. And that's going to, potentially cancel out a lot of things that Giannis is able to do. And I'm going to trust my guys of Kemba and Jaylen, even Tice, I'm going to throw his name out there. Marcus Smart, I'm going to trust those guys more than I would for Chris Middleton and for Eric Bledsoe. And Brooke Lopez, I do think he's good. But I'm still going to take my guys, top to bottom over the team that's, coming out of Milwaukee.
Okay.
So definitely looking forward to that matchup.
Okay.
That's
we got two more.
Oh, there's two more? Okay, let me hear them.
Two more games real quick. Well, the first one will be super quick. We got Sacramento Kings against San Antonio Spurs.
Okay.
Spurs were, they're one of the teams that could have a shot to make the playoffs. I'm not so certain they're going to make it. I think LaMarcus Aldridge is out with an injury. So there's that just does it right there. Sacramento Kings, I mean, I like De'Aaron Fox.
De'Aaron Fox.
I like him a lot. He's super quick. He can hoop. Buddy Hield has, developed pretty nicely for the NBA. But I mean, I don't think they're going to make the playoffs either. They're probably going to miss it yet again for probably the 15th year in a row. And we'll just leave it at that. Now, an interesting matchup. We got Houston Rockets versus Dallas Mavericks here for the last game of the night. Houston Rockets, right now, they are missing. Well, they're going to have James Harden, but right now they're going to miss Russell Westbrook because he's going to be dealing with he's sick. So he's going to be out for a couple weeks. So really, most of the ball handling is going to fall onto James Harden's shoulders, and most of the offense making. So probably for this, 8-game stretch, we're going to see him, popping off for about 50 points or so. Dallas Mavericks, we're going to see how if what's his name? Oh yeah, Luka Doncic and Kristaps are going to work together.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I think Dallas Mavericks will surprise some people, and I think that it's very unfortunate for Houston Rockets that Russell's out. Russell Westbrook, I hope you get well soon. First things first, let's put that out there. But this is the thing. This is the reason why I'm concerned for Houston, is because you traded the farm. You bet the farm on this small ball thing with Russell and James Harden. And now you don't have a guy like Clint Capella, who was playing very well for you.
Oh, yeah.
Rebounding, holding down your defense, and a huge target in those pick and roll situations. You don't have that anymore. James Harden is going to be well rested coming into this because of the fact that he's been out for so long. But that's a lot of scoring. And like you're saying, popping off for 50 a night. If anybody could do it, it's James Harden. But my thing is okay, so you're going to carry that load and then go right into the playoffs? I think that's going to be difficult to do. In my opinion, I think that's going to be difficult to do. You're trying to get yourself back into game shape, and then you're going straight into a playoff situation where a potential matchup could be Lakers, a potential matchup could be Clippers. Or you could end up matching up with a young, hungry squad that's a little bit younger than you and can run all day long, and doesn't understand. You know how it is when you're younger. You just run all day long and you just get out there and go. So I think that's a dangerous situation for Houston to be in, and I think I was not high on Luka at the beginning of the season, and even still, there's times where I watch Luka and I'm still hesitant to really jump on his bandwagon. But I think that if there's any situation where Dallas could surprise some people and have some legitimate playoff success, it's now. I think that this is going to be the season. This will be the playoffs where Dallas could really make some surprising waves. Porzingis is a monster, and Luka is something pretty special. And they have a solid team around them. A solid team around them down there in Dallas.
Yep, I agree. I've never really been high on Houston a lot. Mike D'Antoni, you cannot play the game all dedicated to offense. I mean, I know that's what he's trying to do, but it's not going to work in the long run, because there are going to be some teams like the Lakers, like the Clippers, who can lock you down. And if you don't have anybody to rebound for you, then you're going to have a long night dealing with that. Having your center's 6'6" or 6'5", your tallest player. I'm not saying it can't be done, but it's going to be really, really, really difficult. Dallas Mavericks, it's going to be really interesting. They could be a potential sleeper in the West to maybe win a round in the playoffs.
Yes.
I've seen Luka Doncic just hit a shot out of nowhere to win it for his team. Porzingis, I thought he would have a little bit more impact than what he is now. I mean, he's still playing pretty well, but I feel like he got derailed a bit with a couple of those knee injuries. But it's going to be interesting for both of these teams to see how it plays out.
I definitely have out of the two opening night. We did the opening night in a previous video, and then this is the second night. I definitely think that Dallas, out of all the matchups, is my one team that is the biggest sleeper heading into this thing. That a lot of people are kind of writing them off. I mean, originally they were having the Clippers matchup and people were just writing them off. And I think that a lot needs to be said about that team, that they do, they will come in, they're well coached. They play within themselves. I think that's one of the things that has impressed me the most, is that the guys around Luka and Porzingis, they play within themselves. They don't overextend, and they don't try to do too much. They all play within themselves, and they're pretty much playing the right way, and that's a testament to their coaching. Rick Carlisle's still over there doing his thing. Yep. So I definitely am looking for Dallas to. I think Dallas actually wins that game. I think Dallas is going to come in and win that game against Houston.
I think
so. If we want to do some matchups for that day, I got Orlando beating Brooklyn. I got I think I'll take Memphis over Portland. Phoenix and Washington. Washington probably wins. I'm going to go with Boston. I don't care what anybody wants to say. They want to call me a homer. That's fine. Spurs and Sacramento. I'll go with, I think Sacramento. I'm going to go Sacramento, actually. And then to finish things off, I got Dallas with a surprise. Who do you got?
You know what? I'll pick the Magic over the Nets. What was the second game?
Memphis and Portland.
I'll pick Memphis to win that game. Because I feel like they'll be more hungry to win as many games as it'll be possible. I'll have the Bucks. I'm gonna pick the Bucks will win.
Okay.
just so I'm not, just because I think Giannis will be able to overcome that. But we'll see. Sacramento. I'll pick Sacramento to win too, and I'll pick Dallas to win just because Russell Westbrook is in there.
Yeah, Russell being gone's huge, and I think that's gonna have some big ramifications down the line. All right, little bro, why don't you get us up out of here, man?
All right, hey, so NBA is coming, so make sure you guys are sticking tuned to us. Ludy Bros are going to be breaking down some of these games coming up. If you missed the last video, we did the opening night, so make sure you guys go check that out. If you're new to the channel, please hit that like button and the subscribe button to stay tuned for more NBA content. We're going to be covering the playoffs extensively, so make sure you guys are staying tuned for that. We'll catch you guys in the next video.
All right.
See you later.